Episode 1337 of the Multifamily Collective. Today, let's talk about how did you do that? I can't tell you how many times in the course of the year someone will reach out either directly or indirectly, not indirectly, but directly by social media or directly by email or even text messages and ask me, how did you get to 1,300 episodes plus minus or 3,000 plus or minus pieces of content out into the multifamily space by way of Multifamily Collective? And the simple answer is I just started on a day, no particular day, no special day, no day that has any interest or merit. I just picked up a video camera. Here's the origin of the video version of Multifamily Collective. I was sitting in my basement with my son, and we were playing around with a video camera that was handheld. At the time, it was not our phone. It was, I can't remember, Microsoft made the product, but we were playing around with it, and my son had a brush. He was brushing my hair, and he was doing hairspray, and we were writing on a whiteboard some ideas that we could do for our first video podcast. And we hit the record button, and and my son was directing. He was holding the camera. It was all shaky and wobbly. He was, let's see, he was probably 11 or 12 at the time. And anyway, we produced our first show, and it took off from there. So that's how the video version of Multifamily Collective started way back when in St. Louis, Missouri. But even prior to that, dating back to like 2006, 7, 8, somewhere in there, I'd started writing blog posts. My very first blog was called Mike Brewer on Stuff and Things. And then that gave way to property management. And then that gave way to, I think we did Apartment Hacker after that. And then that Apartment Hacker gave way to Multifamily Collective. So it's iterated over the years. But it started out as a written blog post back when blog would sound like you clearing your throat or something of that nature. Nobody really knew what blog was, but it was a different way of saying an article that you put out onto the internet. So we started writing those in 06, 7, 8, something like that. And here we are 3,000 plus or minus articles later, and 1,300. Actually, there's more like 14, almost 1,500 video vlogs or vlogs, whatever. I just started numbering them after we had produced 100 or so. So anyway, that's sort of the origin story. But the answer to the question is, look, you have to be a practitioner of the technology that is making its way into the space. OpenAI, GPT-3 as the most recent example. It's really not a most recent example. I think it's like 24 months old or a little older than that, plus minus. It's interesting. I was thinking about this on the drive home last night. I sign up for every new thing, right? I create at least a username and a password for every new platform that reaches my attention, no matter the source. And then I just set it out there. I just save it into a Chrome browser of all these like new emerging technologies. And many times I don't use any of them, unless like, 6 months removed from now, this thing is blowing up, or 24 months from now, it's blowing up. And I just happen to set up an account way back when. So I'll just start using it and practicing with it. That's how you become adept at anything anymore. It's not as though you take a class, you just learn from the community, but you learn mostly by trial and error through using the technology. So anyway, my encouragement and the point to this post is just start. If you're thinking about starting a podcast in 2023, start now. There's no reason why you can't just pop open a video screen or pop up your phone, take a video of yourself and post it to YouTube, and you're off to the races. And then iterate, right? Just make changes incrementally along the way. It's never going to be perfect. It can be highly published if you want it to be. I don't know that it really matters personally, but it depends on what you want your brand message to be, and how you want to present yourself into the world. My encouragement is, look, find your voice by starting, do it today, don't wait, and see where it goes. You can always pull the plug. So that being said, take care. We'll talk to you again soon.